Hello everyone, how are you? Hopefully you are doing great. Welcome to our session. Today's session is about Bootstrap. Uh, so hopefully you are doing great. Before starting my session, I just want to ensure that you are watching my screen properly and you can listen my voice without any problem also. You can comment in the session, the live session. You can easily comment if you are logged in with your Gmail account. So you can easily comment here if you have any problem to watch my screen. Before my screen, I just want to ensure that there are settings actually. You have to make it properly. Okay, you can see this settings and the quality option. Just I'm making it 144 for me, but for you, you can actually make it uh, 360 or 480 within this range, because 144 or 240 actually is very low resolution and you cannot see my screen properly and you cannot understand my code also. So it is highly recommended that you select 360 or 480 for better resolution and clear screen. Hopefully you will set this properly. Well, and if you have any other problem, you can just comment here. I will check the comment in regular interval. Okay. So today's topic is about Bootstrap. I think many of us know that Bootstrap is a heap actually. A lot of work and a lot of project and is about Bootstrap, but there are lackings of basic concept of the Bootstrap that we just think that Bootstrap is like a uh, framework that just convert our HTML into a mobile responsive website. So that's not exactly. So Bootstrap actually is a complete CSS framework, which just a feature is that responsiveness. That means if you follow the grid system of Bootstrap properly to make your markup, in that case actually your HTML will be responsive for all devices. But it's not only one feature of Bootstrap. There are many components, the ready components of JS components, and there are ready class like for creating button and making your text center and making your menu and navigation, a radio navigation for your menu. So there are a lot of components you can use actually from Bootstrap. So the you can follow this Bootstrap official website for using their component. Well, first, let's discuss about what is Bootstrap actually. In short, we can say that Bootstrap is a CSS framework which is used to develop website UI more rapidly with responsive feature. So that means you can make it responsive. We can make actually our website responsive without Bootstrap using media query. I think you have heard about the media query, but this very cumbersome. A lot of stuff need to be done to make it with media query if we don't use any framework like Bootstrap. So Bootstrap make it easy for us to make responsive, and and it is, can be done rapidly, and we can use other components also. Let's see why we use the Bootstrap. There are many CSS frameworks, but Bootstrap, why we prefer Bootstrap over others. This for advantages, not the just for, but I just want to show that the main key features of the Bootstrap. First one is responsiveness. That is we already discussed about that. It is responsive into the all devices. That means the screen is adjusted and properly UI is compatible to any device like small screen, large screen, mobile screen, whatever. And the second one is the time saver. That means it is saves our time. And third one is the rich documentation. That means it has a very uh, wide documentation. For beginner, it is very helpful. And there are many ready JS components like slider, accordion, tooltip. So this is very useful uh, for saving our time. Well, now we will go for how to actually install or integrate Bootstrap in our system or in our HTML file. Well, there first of all we have to go getbootstrap.com and download from the starting page. Well, I'm just going this page, get Bootstrap. Then click on this menu, just getting started. Then there is a version just you can download. Click on the download Bootstrap, and after downloading you have to unzip that, and I have already downloaded like that folder after download. There are three folders, so we don't need every files here, we just need a few files. First one is to CSS file. First one is bootstrap.min.css, and the second one is bootstrap.theme.min.css. That means these are two minified version of the Bootstrap we can find here, theme.min and Bootstrap theme. Okay, just copy here, and we'll put it in our CSS folder. I just created a folder for I just kept those two files. Now we'll go for bootstrap main.js. So find here in the bootstrap folder, bootstrap main. Okay, and I'm just keeping here, but so there is one JS file, but we have to include the main library, jQuery library, which is actually dependency of the old jQuery library. As Bootstrap uses the jQuery, that means we have to include this library, jQuery library. So it is not actually included here in Bootstrap file. Just we can use from our internet to download here from the jQuery website, and it is already here in my file, and just copying here jQuery.min.js. I think it is available on the online, so don't be worried about that. So I just keep it here. Okay, to JS and to CSS file, and finally there's another file. Just I need to put here. So go fonts, just copy the whole folder and paste it in our working directory. Okay. Now I will include one by one. First one, I have just include my CSS, which is my custom CSS. We don't need it for now, but we can keep it. Okay, and just copy here. So CSS main.css and CSS in main.css, and it is our CSS. So two CSS already included. Now we'll include script. That means the JS file. Yes, uh, first one is actually jQuery, and the second one is register file. Okay. Okay, let me check if you have any questions actually. Okay, no question. Hopefully you are seeing my screen properly. So I'm going for jazz to jazz already included. Well, you might have questions. Why I'm writing this script in the Velo? We can write it here in the head section. Yes, we can keep here also. But the best practice is to keep here in the Velo just before ending the body tag, because when a user of slow internet, for example, uh, a user whose internet is slow, in that case actually, what will be happen if we keep those jazz file here in the head section. So it will take much time because the file of the jazz actually are large. So it the page will be loading until the jazz is not loaded properly. That means the user cannot see the content of the body part until the jazz loaded. But when we keep the JS file at the below, in that case, actually the content will be loaded first, then the JS will be loaded. In that case, actually the user doesn't need to be wait until JS loaded, but because he can see the loaded content already here. So it is useful for the internet slow internet users. So just for efficiency, we it is best practice to keep it here in the below. Okay. Well, so I think it's already included to Bootstrap CSS, one Bootstrap JS, and our jQuery library. Now we will go for the Bootstrap grid system. We have already included. So now our next topic is about Bootstrap grid system. Well, to understand it, I just want to show a picture about the Bootstrap grid. Well, this is the Bootstrap grid. Bootstrap actually divides the whole screen, our devices, screen devices, in four categories. First one is large device, which resolution is greater than 1200 pixel. The second one is medium devices, which is called desktops, and it is actually greater than 992 pixels. And third one is small devices, which resolution is 7 greater than or equals 768 pixel. That means it can be tablets, iPad. And the final one is actually less than 768 pixel, which is the phone or mobile devices, extra small device. So these four devices actually will work. And we use some class, actually predefined class of Bootstrap they use. For example, call LG for large. LG means large screen, MD means medium, and SM is small, and X is extra small screen. Well, there is just one class, but we'll say something about the column structure. Bootstrap keep this the total screen in 12 section, actually 12 grid we can say. So each grid actually is just one. For example, if you can see the first row, there is called ND1. That means this is one. That means the one part of the 12th grid. So there are 12 grid. You can see that, and we can divide it in many ways. For example, 8 and 4. That means 12. That means we are dividing this row just in two sections. One part is 8, another is 4. That means it is two section. And we can also divide this another way, like 4 4 4. That means this is actually 12 equals 4 4 4. So just three same sizes. And the last one is 6 6. That means just divides this row into part. First one is 6, second one is 6. That means 12. That means we have to make the 12 combination to make the two add some. So our grid system can be any combination of 1 to 12, any number. And you can ask why I'm using this call empty. We can use the LG SM. Well, we'll see the example because there are some difference actually. When we use the LG, call LG, for example, we are using call LG1. In that case, actually, it is not work the screen below to 1200. That means it is only for the devices, large devices. That means the greater than or equal to 1200 pixel. When we use the call MD, that means it will only work greater than 992 pixel screen. That means it will not work less than 992. And if we use call SM, in that case actually it will work on the 768 pixel resolution, not less than 768 pixel. And when we use the access, actually it will work for every devices less than 768. Well, so let's see the example. Before that, I just want to show something about the structure, basic structure of Bootstrap. It can be like that: edit plus container. We can say that container is the actually content part, or we can say it is the middle part. That means where the content will be located, and there is a class of row. That means in the image you can see that this is actually one row. The second is another row. So there are four rows. So we can divide actually a row, and the final one is just called MD that we discussed about that. Uh, Called MD means this column MD6. That means this is 6 part out of 12, and this is 6 part out of 12. So 6 is it is total 12. That means it has two column. This row has two column, and we can create another column like that. Okay, let's see some example, then it will be more clear. Okay, just we are clicking edit and keep it class container. Okay, then within the container we will have a row. For example, you're just creating a row. Okay, and in the row we're just taking to call LG. Just we want to check the LG first. It is 6, and okay, just let me copy. In the 6 we are just keeping something like h2 first column, and we can just clone the first line here and then just make it the second column. Okay, fine. So let's see actually how it will work. For our better understanding, I'm just keeping something in the CSS so that actually it is more understandable. So for the H2, just I'm giving a border so that we can take the area. Okay, wait. Well, just for running here. Okay, you can see that total the grid is divided into two. First is first column, second column. That means this is called MD6, and this is called LG6 for large screen. You can ask that it is working for the large device. How can I understand it? Okay, I'm showing something how to check actually this resolution. Well, if you are using Firefox browser, in that case you have to press together Control Shift M. Okay, Control Shift M. Together, all three key you have to press together. Then you have just switch this type of screen, which is actually for all resolution. Well, you can see that there is a 1222. That means this is the resolution of the width. That means our skin is now 1222 pixel width. So it is working still. You can see that. Okay, I'm just making the CSS color so that you can better understand it. Okay, so you can see that there are two column. That means first row and column called MD6, LG6, LG6, but it is working more than 1200 pixel that we said already, that it will work greater than or equal 1200 pixel device. So it is working. Well, I'm just making it less than 1200. You can check. Yeah, So it is now 1185. That means actually it is not working. That means the grid system actually it is now break into the two row. Actually, this column is not no more divided into two column. So each column actually now is 100%. So it is taking. So it is working on the greater than 1200. So less than 1200, it's not working. Okay, now I will check that other ones that as this is called. Okay, I just copy here. I'm taking another row and I'm just using the MD medium screen. Okay, and let's check now. Yeah, you can see that the first two is not working. That means the LG is not working, but the MD call MD6 or MD6 is still working because we said that the range of the medium device is greater than or equal 992 pixels. So it is greater than 992 pixel. That means 1183. So it is working. So we are just now making it less than 992. It's still working, still working. And no, it is not working now. When we are 987, that means less than 992 pixel. In that case, actually it is broken on the grid system, so it is not working. Well, now we will test for another one, which is called SM. That means a small device. Just I'm copy here, copying that and paste here, and just making the grid. Yes, this is called SM. That means a small device. Okay. Yes, the first two is LG. It's not working. The second two is MD is not working. The third one is SM, that means a small device is still working because we have seen that the range is for the small device is greater than or equal 768 pixel. Now our resolution is 987, that means greater than 768. So it is working. So make it less than 768. Yeah, it is not working. When it is 736, that means less than 768, it is not working. Just we are making it 771, then it is working. Now finally, just we will ensure that access, that means the last one for mobile, extra small, and it should work for all devices. So we can make it access, access. Okay, so 771 it is working a small device. Well, now just MD failed, uh, LG failed, and SM also failed, but the access is still working is 753. That means less than 768. So whatever it is smalling, just it is working, still working here. So it is now mobile devices just working. So it is working for all devices. Well, and greater than 1200 pixel, all those four are working. So now it is the actually the condition, we can see that it's working. Now I'll show some other things like that. We just use two grid, and you can say that why it is actually in the center. There is a space in the right and left side. Yeah, because we use the container. Container means it is actually take a deep in the center, keeping the same space in the both side. If we want to make it 1200, sorry, 100% fluid, then we have to use the container fluid. It is the another class of Bootstrap. So just making it. You can say it is taking now full width of the screen, not just keeping this space in the left or right side. So whatever it is, actually depends on your PSD design or markup that you how you have to use. So you can use a container or container fluid, whatever is suitable for your actually design. Well, now we'll take some other things like we said that it can be broken into many device, sorry, many grid. So we can use like that. For four, then we can put another four. So this is third one. So now we are dividing this one into three. So first column, second column, third column. So four, four, four. We can also make it like three, 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 three. That means there will be four column. Yes, first, second, third. The last one will be the last one. So in this way, we can make call LG222. That means there will be six column. If we make just one, 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 and there will be 12 columns. So this is the maximum. But keep in mind that we cannot use actually any float number like 1.5, 2.5. We have to use the integer number. So the full number 1 to 12, we can use any number. So it is actually true for any other. For example, we can use for MD also and SM access for everything. So this is the Bootstrap grade system. Hopefully you understood it, and I just write whatever is easiest way to understand this grid system. And if you can understand this grid system properly, actually the Bootstrap will be amazing for your uh, next project, because uh, you have to be not to be very much careful about responsive with your media query. You can just use the Bootstrap, and there are a lot of fun with this grading system. You can make actually your screen in many ways actually. Range just taking your grids according to your PSD design or any layout or web frames, whatever. So good system is very much interesting if you can understand. Hopefully you enjoy this Bootstrap learning. Well, you have any questions? Please don't hesitate to ask. I'm here for your questions answering. Meanwhile, I'm just uh, want to tell about something CodersTrust. What is actually CodersTrust? CodersTrust is basically a Denmark-based IT company which is working in many countries: Bangladesh, India, Kenya, Bhutan. So, and many more countries are already adding day by day. And the main purpose is not also just developing IT skill, also how to earn money in the global marketplace using the skill developed through the coder trust. So the aims is actually clear, making the coders uh, more qualified for the international standard, so that they can work for any client in the world, and with their trust, and the coder the client can trust actually. So this is actually coder trust. So you can if you are a student of coder trust, actually you have a great opportunity to reach this standard. And there were a lot of courses. The curriculum is very much practical oriented, and keeping in mind the demand of the marketplaces. If you check this outline, actually, I think you can know more about this. There were a lot of course outline for. So if you are just a basic in the HTML CSS, you can start with this basic coding for 120 hours. And there are a lot of advanced course also. If you are actually developing day by day, and you can contact the support for any other issues like payment issues and the classroom. There are online class opportunity also. There are on-campus opportunity. So you just have to query to the support, and you can also try the start 14-day trial to understand actually how products work. And it is not actually teaching us about the skill actually. You can get support even after the course completed, and when you will start working in the marketplaces. If you have any problem or in your initial project in the marketplace, you can get instant support from the CoderTrust support team. This expert team are ready for you. problem solving. So you will actually will get a lot of support, not only learning, also in the earning also. Hopefully you'll enjoy this journey at Coder Trust, and you can also check the success story of the student who have already passed in Coder Trust and working very strongly in the marketplace with reputation. Well, if you have any question, hopefully you have already here. I'm just checking your questions if you have any questions. Well, no questions. So hopefully you have understood today's session, and you can actually join our session Sunday to Thursday, 9 p.m. BD time, Bangladesh time. So just you have to you will get the newsletter regularly if you are subscribed to Coder Trust. You can follow the Coder Trust official page also, or Facebook page. Well, best of luck for you, and hopefully you will enjoy the session and also learning with Coder Trust. Okay, take care. Bye. Good night.